Hi, this is Cheryl Deemer and welcome to my stamping classroom. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute Halloween trick-or-treat treat holder. They're pretty easy to put together and, of course, they hold Kit Kats. I made about 22 of these for my 7-year-old granddaughter's first grade class. And they're pretty easy and quick to put together. So let's get started. To begin with, I use the Tricks and Treats die set for the Boo, and this is in the Winter Mini, the 2023 Winter Mini. I also used a banner punch. This is a 2-inch banner punch. Now Stampin' Up! No longer sells that, but you can get one similar to it on Amazon. I also used a 5/8 inch heart and a 3/4 by 3/4 inch punch, which you can cut by hand rather than using the punch. For adhesive, I used liquid glue in the Tombow liquid glue, and then also in this small bottle with the fine tip. I bought these bottles under the quilling section in Amazon, and they're very handy, and they rarely get stopped up, and they're great for those small areas. I also used mini glue dots for the googly eyes. Now these googly eyes I purchased again on Amazon. These are 10mm in size. I also used these glitter sequins, self-adhesive glitter sequins. This again is in the Winter Mini. As far as paper, I used pumpkin pie and basic black. Now I'm going to show you how I cut down the basic black cardstock. I started with an 8.5 by 11 inch piece of cardstock, and I'm going to cut this down to 8 inches by 11 inches. So I'm cutting off a 1/2 inch off the side. Now don't throw this out because we're going to be using it later. Now I'm going to score it on the 8-inch side, and I'm going to start the scoring at 4 5/8. And this scoring is because the snack is 1 1/4 inches wide. Okay. The second score will be at 4 inches. And the last score is at 3 3/8 inch. Okay, now I'm turning it on the 11-inch side and I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it at a scant 2 inches. You can get 5 treat holders out of 1 sheet of cardstock. Okay, we have cut this, and now to fold it, you're going to fold the center one towards you and the side score lines away from you. Okay, next we're going to create the ears of the cat by using this 2-inch banner punch. You just push the paper in all the way and give it a punch. And see, you got cat ears. You can do that on both sides. Next, we're going to punch out the little nose with the heart punch. This is a 5/8 inch heart punch. And then the 3/4 inch square will punch out of pumpkin pie as well. Now the 3/4 inch square we're going to cut in half, and this is going to be the inside of his ears. And we're going to cut it in half and then cut it in half again. So you're going to cut it into quarters. So you just use 2 for each treat holder, so you get 2 out of 1 square. I've already cut out the boo to save some time. And then we are going to work on the whiskers. Bring back in that 1/2 inch strip that you took off, and we're going to cut it into 1/4 inch strips. So we're just cutting it right in half. So you will take one of these strips and we're going to crimp it. Now I have an old Fiskars crimper. Amazon does sell other crimpers. So you put it between the two rollers and then you turn the handle and it comes out crimped on the other side. Now I need to shorten this up, so what I'm going to do is fold it in half and cut it. So that is at 5.5 inches, and I'm going to fold it again in half, and I believe that's 2 3/4. And that gives you 2 sets of whiskers. So I'm going to take one of the whiskers and my fine tip glue, and I'm just going to put a dot of glue right in the middle of one of the whiskers. And then I'm going to crisscross them just slightly, not a great big crisscross, but just a little bit. And then I'm going to, well, let's zoom in so you can see this a little bit better. And then I'm going to take the little heart that I punched out, and I'm going to glue that and put that on top of the whiskers, but I'm going to put it upside down so the point of the heart is pointing up. And hold that for a few seconds. And then I'm going to take these mini dimensionals, these are the black mini dimensionals, and I'm just going to put one on the back. Okay, so we're going to set that aside for right now. So now we're ready to assemble our treat holder. First, I'm going to put the inside ears on. I'm taking that 1/4 inch square, or that 1/4 of the square, and putting it on. And doing both sides. And next, I'm going to put on the little nose and the whiskers. I just took the back off the dimensional and pressed that on there. And then we'll put on the googly eyes. And I already put these on a strip of glue dots to make it easier. I'm using my Take Your Pick tool to put the eyes on. Now don't worry about getting them straight or even, because if they're a little crooked, it just makes the cat have a little bit more character. Okay, then I'll put the boo on, and again I'm using my fine tip glue bottle. Makes it real easy. What I like about it is it controls the flow so you don't get too much, so you don't get so much seepage of glue. Okay, so now one of the last things I'm going to do is now I'm going to snip these whiskers. I'm going to cut them in half. And by doing that, it seems to make them very springy and more whiskery looking. Just take my paper snips and cut each one of those in half. And then I'm going to put a little glitter dot on his nose, again using my Take Your Pick tool. And then lastly, we are going to adhere the front to the back of the treat holder. Now I'm using my regular bottle of Tombow glue. I'm using quite a bit, and notice I'm going all the way across because you want the top of the head to be glued together. There's quite a bit of pressure once the candy bar is in the treat holder. And this will make sure that it stays closed. I even use a clip, or I've used this mini clothespin to hold it closed until it dries. So I've got a good seal. Okay, so now all that's left is to put the Kit Kat bar in. I bought the snack size, and it fits right in there because I measured it, and it fits perfectly. And there you have it, a cute little treat holder for all your little trick-or-treaters. The instructions, the measurements, the supplies that I used are attached to this video. Thanks for stopping by today.